Hello, and thank you for tuning in. This is Erik Thompson. I'm the founder and president of Peerless Wealth, a registered investment advisory firm in Columbus, Ohio. So perhaps you're a client and you're watching this. Perhaps you were referred to me by an existing client. Regardless of how you made it onto here, thank you for taking a little bit of time and learning more about myself, about my practice, and about my process. So in a nutshell, I work with successful individuals and business owners. Typically, they're either in retirement or they're getting pretty close to retirement. And what they really want is a trusted financial quarterback to help navigate their investments, their financial plan, their retirement planning, everything related to their financial lives, so that ultimately, together, we can create a work optional lifestyle and that they can live on their money instead of on their paycheck. Most of my clients come to me by way of client referral. I've had clients that have been with me for 10 or 20 years, many of which are happy to act as a reference for those that are interested in talking to them. Oftentimes, my clients will come to me because of what I call a triggering event. Perhaps that's upcoming retirement, and they just want to get all their ducks in a row. They want to make sure they don't screw it up. They want to talk to an experienced professional. Perhaps they've sold their business or are planning to. Perhaps they've received an inheritance. Or oftentimes they're just unsatisfied with their current provider. Maybe they're just not getting the communication, they're not getting the advice that they originally signed up for, and they want to make a change. And so what I do on the first meeting is I go through what's called a fit process. There's no decisions that are made. It's very casual, very low key, and we have to connect. We have to kind of mesh together, and that's very important. And a lot of times that's discovered simply in the first meeting, where we learn a little bit more about each other. So speaking of that, a little bit more about myself. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. When I grew up, my dad was a professor. My mom had her degree, but she spent the vast majority of time raising myself and 3 siblings. And we had everything we needed, but not everything we wanted. And I think that's good. It really taught me the value of hard work and going out and kind of getting it for myself. And I remember I started with a paper route when I was 12 years old. I was a caddy at the local country club when I was 13, 14, 15. I waited tables, I bussed tables, I washed dishes. I went to college at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, where I met my lovely wife, Stephanie. We just celebrated our 21st year of marriage. And I painted houses during the summer to help pay for my room and board, and ultimately got a degree in finance, and got started fairly quickly as a financial advisor. I got started with a larger company called Edward Jones. I had no clients. I had very little contacts. I was 23 years old. This was approximately 20 years ago. I knocked on doors, I cold called, drummed up a client base. It wasn't easy. A few years later, I switched over to Wells Fargo, grew it even more, grew a team, grew a staff, partnered up with a couple other advisors, was selected by Wells Fargo to manage that whole office and be branch manager when it comes to compliance and regulations. I had several hundred clients, several $100 million under management, top 5% in the Wells Fargo system. And then in 2019, early to mid 2019, the stress was getting the best of me. I was missing my 11-year-old's ice hockey games, not spending enough time with my 5-year-old and wife, so decided to sort of de-stress and open up my own registered investment advisory, getting away from the big bank and the pressure and the responsibility and quotas and that sort of thing, and only work with a smaller group of clients that were the best fit for me and that I've been working with for many, many, many years. I learned that I can't be some things to all people, but I can be all things to some people. So I set up as a registered investment advisory. I partnered up with Charles Schwab, who's the leading custodian and service provider to independent firms like mine. I also partnered up with an accountant, an insurance specialist, a mortgage specialist, hired Sarah, who's probably the best full-time assistant I've ever had.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the administrative assistant here at Peerless Wealth. I have been working with Eric for close to a year now. I knew going into this role that Eric had many years of experience under his belt in investments and financial planning. Something I didn't know was how much he genuinely cares about each client. He hand-delivered documents to retirees during lockdown. At the beginning of the pandemic, he somehow found hand sanitizer and had it delivered to an assisted living facility. He most recently hand-delivered a gift basket to a client who was home from a hospital stay. It's more than just a job for him, and it definitely shows. I look forward to the future here and continuing to be a part of the Peerless Wealth family.
So I really hope this video helps you get a better understanding of myself, my people, my process. And again, if you want to schedule what I call a fit meeting, send me a message, email, call me, call the office. We can do it over the phone, we can do it in person, we can do it Zoom meeting, whatever is best for you. I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for tuning in.